Alrighty, welcome everybody to another Sid Meier's Civ 6 video. Today we're going to be playing the Outback Tycoon scenario, and I think we're going to try it out on Diety playing as Western Australia. Western Australia, I know there are a whole bunch of different civs in here. You can play as Queensland, South Australia, Victoria, and Western Australia. Each one of these gets their own kind of unique bonuses for this scenario, but we're basically going to be settling the continent of Australia as Western Australia because we get additional tiles when we settle cities, which I think will come in huge, especially in the late game, because the more territory we have, the better. So yeah, I've played this scenario a couple of times, and I've really enjoyed it each time I've done it, but I haven't actually beaten it yet. I went to the Civ Reddit earlier, after I had played a couple of previous games, to kind of do some research on potential strategies, and I think I found a pretty good one. So hopefully I'm able to actually enact that strategy, and we'll be ready to beat Diety by getting over 1,000 gold per turn, which is just an insane amount of gold per turn. So, yeah, let's jump right in. Playing this scenario has actually made me really interested in playing regular Australia. I think that is something that I want to try out in an actual game. Probably, I think the leader is John Curtin? John Curtin? Sorry for mispronouncing that. I'm sure I did in some way. But yeah, let's jump right in. Alrighty. An adventurous explorer has departed the British colony of New South Wales to uncover the mysteries of the Australian continent. Alrighty, so we got ourselves a explorer. So from my previous playthroughs, I think I've figured out that you want to settle your first city on the Great Barrier Reef tiles, because if you're able to do that, you get a lot of science and food. But it doesn't look like there is actually the Great Barrier Reef on this spawn. Huh. Alright, I guess we're not going to be doing that. So in that case, I personally like to settle Western Australia anyway. So seeing as we are Western Australia, I will make my way over to the west. And we found a wonder.
All our exploring will be to arrive where we started.
Pentacles. I think this one gives you culture and science. Yeah, culture and science per turn. But we're not going to be settling near that one, even though it's got some good tiles. Ooh, and I guess we did actually get a boost for sheep rearing. Is that because... Oh, we found 3 sheep tiles. And that gave us a boost in our civics tree for sheep rearing. The one that I really want to make sure we get is the gold rush, because we get 2 free settlers when we find gold, or we come close to getting 2 free settlers when we find gold. So that is extremely important, because the more cities that we have sooner, the better in this scenario.
Without the knowledge of their
Another
past
wonder.
history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots.
Kakadu. Interesting. Oh, and we found gold. Look at that. Perfect. Alright, that'll help us out in the long run, especially. Another gold over here. Nice. Okay. So there's some pretty solid settlements over here. I'm really banking on the west being good. This probably isn't the wisest strategy to just head right over here, but we've got some lake tiles in there for some fresh water. Ooh, alright. It's all desert. That's not good. Let's come up here. Okay, we got some rainforests. I want to make sure I get plenty of woods tiles for where I settle. Okay. So now we've got our settler, so we're gonna have to commit here at some point. Problem is I really didn't find any good places to settle. Oh, here's some potential. A couple of woods tiles, nothing spectacular. That would be a really good harbor right there. A +3 harbor. I'd have some cattle and some sheep, so I'd be able to put down an Outback station. So why don't we do that? Why don't we come all the way over here? We settle right here. If we settle in here, we get a bunch of woods tiles that we can chop later in the game, which would be really good because when we get to the AIF projects, I think it's like the Australian International Force projects, we want to be chopping those out as quickly as possible. And there are a bunch of woods tiles over here as well, so that'll be where I send my next city. So I found Perth and build myself a harbor. So that would be a +3. So rather than buying all those tiles, I just put one right there. And also, seeing as we're trying to make as much money as possible, and basically trying to turn the country of Australia into an investment bank, I'm going to be renaming some of our cities. Whoop. Nice. Alrighty, our capital of Goldman. Lovely. Lovely little spot out here in the desert. And we unlocked Penal Colony, or Penal Settlement. I'll do Fishers, since I don't really think there's a ton of land for us to farm. There's one tile we can farm. We're going to be growing by going out here, so why don't we do Fishers for now? And I want to do Gold Rush as my... I'm going to do Gold Rush as my civic and Fishers here. Perfect. Alrighty. Now my settler, I'm going to send over here. So that way we can settle where all these woods tiles are. I think Northern Australia might be the play right here. Oh yes, yep, this is exactly where we want to be. We want to send one of our next cities over here. Of course, we're going to be buttoned up against him. That'll be okay. As long as we get... Whoops, didn't mean to have him come out here. You, I want to settle here. And in our city of Goldman, actually, let's see what we're working. We're working some good production tiles. Nice, okay. And I will start with the Fisher. Settlers suffered 60 damage, that's not good. Oh yeah, look at all those woods tiles. Oh, that's perfect. Have you build a harbor as well. I'll send you back to explore this little area. My explorer will not be able to move this turn. That's not ideal. I should be reading the little things. I'll actually build another explorer so that way I can check out the interior Collected a cone shell. The beautiful exterior conceals a tiny venomous harpoon. Oh. A cone shell? I don't like the sound of that. Alright. We suffered 50 damage. That's not ideal. I get free 2 settlers, or 2 free settlers, and I can get prospectors quicker. I want to do sheep rearing because I need to get pastures up and running, but at the same time, yeah, I want to do sheep rearing. Hopefully, I'm able to get up to 15 gold per turn. And then I'll be able to get a boost to that civic. You come up here because I want him to settle over in this area, and then I might honestly send this other settler in a similar direction. Now, you build a lighthouse, or no, you build an explorer as well. I'll have you do nothing. Or actually, no. I'll get you off this. You get off of this tile. So that way I can bring my fisher down. You build a fishing boat for some growth. And the above 15 gold per turn. My second settler goes that way. And we move on to the next turn. Aboriginal guides for hire. We were able to split our party to cover more ground. An explorer has arrived in the closest city of Fremantle. Oh, speaking of newest city, I totally forgot to rename this one. Perfect. Alright, have our explorer keep exploring. This guy, oh, didn't mean to do that. Is this a river? No. I mean, this river down here, but yeah, that's just the edge of the fog. Okay. Why don't I send you here? Okay. So there's not a ton of areas over there. You, I want to settle you like in the heart of this wooded area. But I also want to make sure that you get access to some of these crab tiles up here. So if I settle you there, I think that'll be good. Yeah, I'll settle you there. Alrighty. Let's take this guy and explore the interior of the continent. And where are we trying to grow Goldman? We can't get this crab tile, understandable. So I will send you over here. We can get this whales online. Perfect. Grazers, 30% production boost, and we've unlocked pastures, which is nice. I'm going to be pumping out grazers later on, I think. So I'll put you on here. The thing though is I really feel like we don't buy a lot of units really. Or sorry. I said the exact opposite of what you actually do. I feel like you buy a lot of your units and you just build city improvements for the most part. Alrighty, what are we going to rename you? Let me make sure I spell this one right. That wasn't the one I was initially thinking of. My next city, you'll see. Alrighty. I want to do Crown Colony because I want to unlock the next government, which is this colonial government. This guy, I have a feeling I'm going to want to come this direction and settle on the coast. You build that there. Explorer has suffered 39 damage. That's not ideal. But we just unlocked cartography, which helps our guys survive longer in the Outback. We can also chop woods and rainforest, which will be huge later on. I'm going to send you over to our buddy's territory to heal up. I'm going to have you come back this direction, because I think I'm just going to settle the coast. Although I might want to settle here. Because if I settle here, I'll be able to get a couple of these tiles as well. Yeah, that'll be my next goal. Okay. So looking at our tech tree, I want to get mining so I can get industrialization. And I also want banking, so I will do mining straight to industrialization. And then I'll pump out a couple of trade routes so that way we can get rolling in that regard. Get a tech boost there. Ate the wrong berries. The pain ran through our guts like hot coal. Been there, man. Been there. Your explorer has lost 2 movement points for this turn. Yikes. Okay, well at least he didn't take damage. That's the thing I'm happy about. How's my guy over here? Okay, we can get into friendly territory to heal. Nice. Caught in bushfire. Jeez. Brow singed and skin seared. Your explorer suffered 41 damage. You gotta run away from the bushfire, dude. Okay, there's some woods down there. Alright, we've settled the city, or our 4th city. Let's see. Perfect. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm gonna keep improving my cities by building buildings there and not really doing all that much else in terms of units because I want to buy units. I'll probably buy a grazer here. Or no, I'll buy a grazer here first. I can actually buy 2 grazers, so why don't I do that? Buy a second grazer. And then you get to some exploring. Resupplied by Aboriginal clan. Lucky for us, not everywhere in the bush is devoid of human life. Alright, well that's good. Our explorer was completely healed. Are those camels? Those are camels. Oh wait. I feel like Australia has like domestic camels. I don't know if... Well, I don't think that they were originally from Australia, but it's kind of an interesting little knowledge tidbit. No, I don't really want any farmers. Let's see. Do production in all cities, because I'm building stuff in all my cities. Got a grazer, so let's come out here. Build some pastures for me. This grazer. Come here. Are there any Okay, there are a bunch of woods over here. Some woods there. The real question is, where on this side... I feel like I kind of want to go into the interior. So why don't I send you to come down this river where my explorer is going? Do drama and poetry next. So that way it gives me time to get the boost for pastoral leases. Do a lighthouse. Build a pasture there. You build me a pasture over there as well. But I want you to come down this direction. Looks like there might be a little rainforest nook over here. Conflicted direction, harsh conditions, and frayed tempers oft lead to squabbling. Your explorer has suffered 35 damage. Jeez, man. Outback is taking shots at my explorers. We've researched mining in the year 1854 AD. Congratulations. I feel like that's a bit late, but, you know, I guess it is what it is. Unit needs orders. Okay. So we got 3 choppable tiles right there. This right here would be a magnificent spot for an industrial zone if I mined all of these. Then we've got a couple of pastures. I think I might put this guy right here. I think that might be the move. Because we got some chops, but we've also got a ton of potential production as well, which is huge. Nice, got the boost for the pastures. So I think we needed to boost 3 of them. Yeah, we need to build 3 pastures. And we can continue our guys exploring a little bit. Alrighty, we got drama and poetry. I don't think I'm going to do anything with this because I don't need culture. I need money. And where is everybody on the tech tree as well? It looks like up here, everybody's, sorry, if we look up here, the score shows how much gold per turn everybody has, so we're in lead for first, but we want to keep that going up because we need that number to be over 1,000 in order to beat this. So I think for the moment we'll kind of stay where we are. Can I buy this tile? I can. Perfect. So I have you build there. You come down here, continue exploring. You go over there. My next city is going to be like here. I really like this little area because I've got a bunch of choppable stuff and I got some sheep and iron as well. It's kind of all around that I can get access to. You come here. I'll have you build an Outback station once I unlock pastoral leases here. Have you build a lighthouse. Forgot to tether horses. A simple mistake in town. Less so in the Outback. Your explorer will not be able to move. Oh, brutal. But the good news is this guy is all healed up, so we can finally start exploring with him again. I will wait with you here so you can build a Outback station, because if you look at these things, Outback stations are awesome. They give you so much additional food once you unlock flight, but also like when you first build them, if they're in between 2 pastures, they give you additional food. So like when I put down 2 Outback tiles here, they'll each have like 4 food, which is as much food as this rice, which will be extremely helpful in growing some of these cities in the Outback. I'll send you down here. So like I might wind up, it looks like there's some potential down here as well. What do I want to do? Why don't I'll build some grazers here. That way I can, or no, you know what I should do? I should build traders. I should build traders so that way I can start trading with the AI and get more gold so that way I can buy units faster. I think that's the move. Send you down to this portion of Australia. And you are going to also buy a trader. Inadvertently offended Aboriginals. Much later we understood it to be a grave insult to the clan. Your settler has returned to the nearest city. No, come on. Alright, well, I mean, the good news is I get to buy, or not buy, I get to build Outback stations now. I want to I want to make sure that my grazers get that +2 bonus, because having more build actions is huge for these grazers, because I'm going to be using a lot of them later on. Not a ton over here. I am going to want to settle down here though, for sure. Near where these woods are. Oh, man. That was such a hike to get over here too. 9 turns. Jeez. That was like worst case. Oh, wait a second. No, this is a new settler. Sorry. This is the settler that was over here. I'm going to send you back. Yeah, you go back over there. And you're going to come down to this area. I'm going to do Federation to get this last settler and this new government. And looking at the time, I think that is where we're going to end off for this episode. So thank you guys if you stuck around to this part of the video. Be sure to like and, you know, sub if you want to. You don't have to if you don't want to. I get it. I'm not your mother at the end of the day, so you do what you want to do. But yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.